when you zoom in, you can't really see any sort of painting, but if I zoom out, you can see a face shape appears. You see? Princess Diana of Wales. Good morning from Blackpool. The date today is the 10th of September 2020, and we are excited, believe it or not, to check out a museum called Ripley's, believe it or not. Remember, we've been there 3 years ago in 2017 at the London branch, which is completely permanently shut down, and they wish to relocate it somewhere else. Now, believe it or not, the museum, believe it or not, is actually an American franchise which they have all over the world dispersed, and it was founded by Robert Ripley's, and the museum basically is all about
believing it or not.
Basically, what you're supposed to say is this museum features weird, strange, unbelievable, extraordinary exhibitions. So things that you would question, things that you would say, oh, does that really even exist, or is that fake? So, but anyways, but first of all, the opening times, they seem to be open every single day from 10 a.m.
5 p.m.
That depending. As for the closing time, it depends. It does say you should call up the centre if you want to find out. It seems to be part of the Blackpool Pleasure Beach theme park attraction. I'm not exactly sure if it's a standalone, if it's part of that company, or are they operating it differently. I'll let you know later on. Now, it has 2 floors and it has 8 themed galleries. Should take around an hour or 2 to finish the whole thing, depending on your pace. And we paid £5 online per adult, so £10, £5.
The price on the door is £7 per person.
Yeah, so if you want to save £2, just book it online, and we shall see you there. So guys, we're in Blackpool Pleasure Beach, which means it's time to change the mask. So I'm gonna be wearing my favorite one that I just bought. I'll see you there. Going? That's slightly different to what we went in London. We went with the elevator, isn't it? So this is a queen holding a baby, decorated with thousands of glass pieces. Touching this statue is believed to help women get pregnant. I'm gonna touch it. Did she get pregnant? I don't know. Wow, look. Hell of a weight. That's her diet, apparently. Walter Hudson. Her breakfast contained all of these things. Lunch. Whoa. Can you have all of that stuff?
Can you?
She paid me, maybe. I remember that guy. The world's most unusual man, Eric Sprague, the lizard man. The world's most amazing man. Vampire woman. He couldn't find clothes to fit him, so took 2 wraps made from bed sheets. once recognized as the world's heaviest man. So this painting is made from 27,600 black and white push pins mounted into corkboard. If you can read this, you have a strong mind. It's very important that you read these things to appreciate what's on the painting. So look, if you can read this, you have a strong mind. Can you read this? 7H15M33.
No, this message serves to prove how our minds can do amazing things.
Oh my
impressive
God.
things. In the beginning it was
Oh, I
hard,
see.
but your mind is reading, is automatically without
You know what? You take a picture of that.
thinking about 17.
Take a picture of that.
Thinking about it. Be proud. Only certain people can read this. Please forward, you can read this.
Try the face challenge. Well, the only thing is we're wearing a mask, so we can't do the face challenge. So she can roll her tongue and pop her eyes out of the sockets. This one can pop her eyes. That is creepy. This one can twist her tongue into incredible shapes. It's one of the most unique animals, weirdest animals, such as some with 2 ears, 4 heads, 4
I
eyes.
feel like some of this we did see in
Yes, we did. I remember that one. Look at this one. It's got 2 heads. It's a small world after all. Ancient Alexandria, Egypt was imprisoned for treason in a parrot's cage. This man was imprisoned for treason in this cage, parrot's cage.
Oh my gosh, she's got
Double-eyed man.
eyes.
Yeah.
This guy has 2 eyes, or double eyes. Kind of creepy, no?
Now here's how many people used to think a witch looks like. Of course, that's a myth. It's a broomstick and her black magic stuff, whatever she does. Her hand. It's really dark in here, so it might be hard to record videos. Cards. Look at this. The best known face in history, Elizabeth of York, Queen of Henry, I can't read these writings, of England. Her portrait has appeared 8 times in every deck of playing cards, your favorite cards, for 400 years. They still do, right? So that's the lady that appears in the playing cards.
Best known face in history, Elizabeth of York.
Yeah, I didn't know
Queen
this.
of Henry VIII. Henry VII.
It's more of a newspaper compilation, books of the Bible in verse. Take a picture of this. This is basically a car parts robot. This sculpture was built from hundreds of used automobile parts. The arms and legs can be moved. Unfortunately, we cannot turn it back into a car. So people have been building wooden horses, believe it or not.
Of course, I'm not really sure what medicinal value it has these days. Given the fact that I happen to be dead.
What's inside?
But the dairy departed. Ah, yes. There's many an interesting epitaph can be found chiseled here in granite from around the world. And mind you, they're all true. they say, ashes to ashes, dust to dust, and bottoms up.
So, if I put my hand over there, it lights up. And you can see all the signs for the COVID thing. It's only one way, like most places. Look who's talking.
Will you put your face to the ultimate challenge? Did you deliver? Let's take a look. There you go. Okay, not bad at all. Whoa!
Touch me, I won't bite. Oh,
It's a hologram.
it's a hologram.
So weird.
You want to touch? Tombs, graves. Beware a motion activated flow. Whoa, whoa, that is creepy. That is real. I didn't see. Please stand clear of the inner edge of this floor. That is pretty cool, but it's creepy though. It's motion activated floors. This axe was used to behead heretics during the feared Inquisition of the Catholic Church in the 15th century. Heretics were supposed to be tortured only once, but the Inquisitors often prolonged the torture for several days. This one over there. So they use this one to cut people's head off. Wow. Oh my god. The eye spike, first used in the Middle Ages for torturing. Eye spikes later became associated with 18th century thieves who used them to blind their thieves. Oh, look at this. Is this an eye spike? Oh my god, this is really sharp. Can you imagine how brutal it used to be? Believe it or not, a tour guide of Chongqing, China, known only as the Lighthouse Man, was once American military dignitaries for the streets of Chongqing with the light of a 7 candle inserted into his head. It's mainly photos, isn't it? That looks impressive. The stairs are really nice, well themed, with some quotes written all over. So that is the American guy, Ripley Robert. He traveled the world apparently to find rare gems. That's a nice entering at a well-lit area now. Feels like you're in Asia.
It's fun to play the sex meter.
Seems like she thinks she knows how to work around this puzzle, even though I have no clue what's going on there. We must use all 7 hands. What are you making?
They all have to touch, apparently.
They all have to touch. I don't have the patience for that.
You don't have the patience for anything.
What about this? Can you solve the puzzles? Have you read the rules? No, I haven't. Look at the chart and say the color, not the word. Oh, that's gonna mess around with your mind. Keep staring at the black dot. After a while, the glow will appear to disappear. I'm looking at the lens actually of the camera. Maybe I should do it in real life. It's all optical illusions that Robert used to be fascinated about. Believe it or not, you can read this. I couldn't believe that I could already understand what I was reading. Area alarmed, do not enter.
Because the human mind does
So
not
this
contain
mirror
nature by itself.
makes me tall.
Such conditions account appropriately called hypoglycemia.
This mirror over here makes me wide, makes me fat. This mirror over here, look at my trousers, makes me short.
This one looks normal, right? Oh, I have really long arms.
Let's see.
Like really long arms.
Now
You have
I'm
really
getting
long
you.
legs.
I'm not sure if the
Look,
camera
my
can get
middle
this.
is
Oh
really
yeah,
long.
you're very tall though. Look, very tall. Let's see on the next one how you look.
Oh my gosh, I'm tiny.
Yeah.
I'm so
Tiny.
short. No, I don't like
Tiny
this one. I don't like this one. Oh my gosh, I have really short legs. And the rest of me is long. I
Yeah.
don't like you.
Let's see more weird stuff. This painting is made of post stamps. Bicycle tire tubing dress.
Just like the one you're in, since the early 1930s. They were first referred to as, believe it or not, auditoriums, and have been present since its first auditorium at the Chicago World's Fair in 1933. At that time, over 2.5 million people. Over $1 million to see Ripley's. Collection of oddities and curiosities. One of the many reasons for the popularity of Ripley's collections, which has sustained over these many years, is his focus on unusual people, not just in faraway places, but right here at home. I'm here with this guy. This is all right.
Toilet paper wedding dress. This is made of matchsticks. This church.
He was more than 8 feet 8 inches tall. Pounds. Quiet, shy, sensitive to his size, Robert was hesitant about appearing in public. This film was made to promote the company that manufactured its shoes, size 37 AA. For him, a visit to New York was as much an ordeal as an outing. Yet the cameraman lost no opportunity to accentuate his height. Even New York's Governor Al Smith participated in sight gags. Atop the Empire State Building, the tallest building in the world, stood Robert Wadlow. To this day, the tallest man in modern
This guy could swallow his nose.
quest for the unusual, the strange, and
So this
New York was a
portrait picture that you can see here is actually made of beetles and butterflies.
Stood Robert Wadlow. To this day, the tallest man in modern history. Believe it or not. Bob Ripley's quest for the unusual, the strange, and the incredible has been
39. And this is Robert. Robert is 15 years old.
In 1939, at the age of 21, he was more than 8 feet. The incredible has been highlighted.
Oh, is this the tallest man?
The one you're in since the
That's the
early
smallest woman.
1930s. They were first referred
World's
to as
smallest
believe it
woman.
or not auditoriums, and have been present since his first auditorium
Most
at the
kissed man who
Chicago
ever
World's
lived.
Fair in 1933. At that time,
And this is the
over
world's
2.5
tallest man,
million people
Robert
paid over
Wadlow.
$1 million to see Ripley's collection of oddities and curiosities.
16 months old. You're doing 11 years. Helen, 13. 39. And this is Robert. Robert is 7, 16.
Now the painting I'm going to show you is actually painting picture of a Princess Diana of Wales during this time, and is made of 1p coins, British 1p coins, 2,500. These ones. Now when you zoom in, you can't really see any sort of painting, but if I zoom out, you can see a face shape appears. You see? Princess Diana of Wales. When you zoom in again, you can see all these 1p. And the same with this one you said. This is a optical illusion knitting. If you zoom in, you can't really see anything. You zoom out, you can see a face. I'm not sure if the camera could capture this. But at least in real life, you can see a face.
Believe it or not. Bob Ripley's quest for the unusual, the strange, and the incredible have been highlighted at exhibits just like the one you're in since the early 1930s. They were first referred to as believe it or not auditorium, and have been present since his first auditorium at the Chicago World's Fair.
This is a collection of rock and roll concert tickets, contains unused tickets for concerts by Elvis and these people.
The finished shrunken head is placed near a fire to harden. The shrinking of heads was a humiliating thing to do, and it robbed them of the normal rebirth.
Guy could hold ears, coins in his ears. Okay, going down. Now I'm not going to be filming everything. There is a lot to see, and a lot of these things are in a very dark environment, so the camera wouldn't be able to capture them anymore. Just show you my highlights. Ready? That might be one of your favorite parts. Ooh!
Oh gosh, that's really
Yeah, you okay?
freaky.
It just turns. Is that more of an optical illusion, I'm thinking?
No, the actual, you can feel it.
Yeah, you can see on the top. This thing. Oh, it turns. Right? So right now inside Ripley's gift store, and guess what we discovered?
So we're in the Ripley's shop and there are lots and lots and lots of titties everywhere.
They had that in London, right? Ripley's, they had the London branch.
In one of our many facilities around the park,
This locked.
and also use the hand sanitizer dispensers located around the park.
Yeah, that was in
Our
London.
teams
I
around the
remember
park will be
something like
equipped with a range
that.
of personal protective equipment. This PPE is to protect our team members and our guests.
Our entire Pleasure Beach team will be temperature tested every day. Welcome back to Blackpool Pleasure Beach. When you're here, please be patient, be kind, and have fun.
Beautiful facade.
A phrase you already know and probably said.
And this is the Ripley's store we just came out from. So guys, we just came out from, believe it or not, Ripley's. And what did you think about it?
To be honest, I actually preferred the London one in terms of there was more in there.
Yeah.
And there was more to see. I was kind of had a bit higher hopes for this one, but it's actually a lot smaller and there's not as much that was of interest to me personally. I mean, other people might find it great, and I think for a lot of people it would be very interesting and good.
But I think, like I said, this is good if you want to supplement it with other attractions in this area.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's not that bad. I mean, we paid £5 on
in terms of the price, it's definitely worth it for the sort of price that we've paid, and it's definitely a great way of just seeing interesting, unusual things that you might not see otherwise. So yeah, definitely worth a visit.
And
yeah, for me, it's not as good as
just answering the question, I did ask a member of staff. This is actually owned by Blackpool Pleasure Beach, and that's something I wanted to know, whether this is a different company or not. No, it is part of the Pleasure Beach. Obviously, you have to pay a separate ticket to get in, but the company Pleasure Beach itself owns that. What did you think of the shop, the facade, the outlook?
The shop looks really good. Mostly just sort of sweets and things. You get face masks, a few odds and ends, just your usual gift shop type of stuff. They have a lot of teddies in there, as you'll see from the vlog. Yeah, definitely loads of them.
Again, it's really nice. It's really weird, creepy stuff inside there. Most of the areas were really dark, so you would probably need a flash if you're going to take photos. And yeah, well, overall, I'll give it probably 6 out of 10. What do you think?
For me, I would say overall probably 5 out of 10.
5 out of 10 because you've been to the London branch.
Because I'm comparing it to the London one.
Yeah. So right now we're still in the area of Pleasure Beach. We're thinking of giving it a try. The South Pier, some of the rides, funfair rides.